It was said to be a quiet day. The nurses at the emergency ward were enjoying time away from the harsh reality of war. But by mid-afternoon, a new battle was raging on the western front line, and the empty beds were quickly filled with agonizing fighters.
We are very proud of them, but of course it's difficult. They're young and they're getting killed.
Most of these young women have not been home since March, when Gaddafi forces entered Misrata, dedicating their lives to save those who are defending their city. It's here that you get the full scope of what is happening on the front line. Each injured that comes back has fresh information from the battlefield. Saturday's news seemed worrying. Fighters say Gaddafi forces managed to resupply from a southern route and carried out an assault on opposition defensive lines on the outskirts of Zlitan. The wounded and the dead kept on pouring in. The nurses say they hold their breaths each time they hear the sound of an ambulance.
All my uncles and cousins are on the Western Front. One uncle and two cousins were killed. Another cousin died here in the hospital. He was hit by a sniper. I was treating him when he passed away.
He was only 19 years old. For Saad, the pain is still too fresh to contain. The medical complex was closed for about 3 months after it came under attack by government forces. The emergency ward was relocated to a tent on the parking lot of a clinic. And it's only 2 days ago when they started moving back. But the most difficult part was to learn how to treat patients on the spot.
There was bombing at the port. It was on my first day. An old man was brought in. His hand was missing. His legs were blown up, and I could see the bone of his thigh.
It's a job without respite, and it's having an emotional toll on these young women. But after 4 months of living in a besieged city, they see only one way ahead.
He is finished. Whatever solution is reached, Gaddafi cannot have a role anymore. After the youth sacrifice their lives, he can't just leave the country. He has to be tried in Libya.
In the meantime, the nurses will continue tirelessly saving lives. Outside the hospital, relatives and friends have pinned all their hope on these women. Hoda, Abdel, Hamid, Al Jazeera, Misrata.